like you to tell us a little bit about what brought you to the field and what brought you to Case.
I suppose like many teenagers, I had some inkling that I wanted to make a difference in my life.
From the time I was 9 or 10, I knew what I wanted to do with my life, which was be in the space program.
I'd actually had several corporate jobs and then was doing consulting.
And I worked for a short stint in aerospace engineering. It appeared to me that the managers and supervisors seemed to have more interesting work and seemed to be more lively.
Just saw things happening over and over and over again in these organizations that just perplexed me and intrigued me about how people behave. That and other things made me want to say, I want to go study this.
I always had this interest in the intersection between for-profit business and social responsibility.
Came to Case Western Reserve University in the Department of Organizational Behavior and continued on that same path. Great thinkers, seminal thoughts and ideas, the concepts were so exciting.
So that really led me to want to study groups and relationships and human organization.
You've contributed greatly to the world, so I'd like you to talk a little bit about that. My work is really around the area of gender diversity and inclusion. And I'm interested particularly at the nexus of gender and diversity and inclusion with leadership and governance.
And so we start saying, wait a second, organizations aren't problems to be solved. How about organizational life and with a life-centric focus?
Of all of the areas that we needed to understand, one was we needed to understand the mechanisms of why the ideal self or personal vision or shared vision in groups really was positive.
And where I really began to see the impact of the work that I was doing was really focusing on that intentional change, helping people recognize and realize that they can envision the future that they want to have for themselves.
What do you value about the environment here and in the department that has allowed you to advance your work?
I think it's the people that I work with here in my own department who are deeply committed to innovation, to the positive, to the creating new space, developing new learning methods.
It wasn't just ivory tower thinking or theoretical work that they were doing. There was a clear intention to apply that work, to impact the lives of individuals and organizations and societies more broadly speaking.
Strength-based approaches to organization development is different. It is turned it upside down, the logic upside down. Looking at emotional intelligence and coaching with compassion and intentional change there is different.
I think that's a spirit here in our department. We're always knocking at the door of the next stages of human possibility, knocking at the door of the unknown.
What are your hopes for the future of the field?
I can see OB professionals helping businesses with developing new leaders, developing new strategies, developing new cultures.
To continue to shift toward this view of human flourishing as the priority.
Opportunity is so vast for the kind of education that will make the world better.